Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the live Q&A from LA every Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks for joining me, and let's dive into it. Welcome everyone. Sorry I was a bit late getting rolling. There was it still says that my stream status is bad. So if you look down there and it looks horrible, just let me know. But sometimes it just says that, right? So here we are. Let's see. Let me see who's here. Chadwick, hello. I'm here. Shahid, thank you for joining me again. Always a pleasure to see you guys here. Paul G, hello. Grand Illusion, good to see you. Calgapo from Detroit, nice to see you. Okay, so I've got a few. There's not a whole bunch of like really groundbreaking news tonight. I'll go over a few little stories, but I had a few things that. Oh, now it says my stream is good. Okay, whatever. That's good. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about the news, and then I've got some things I want to do, and then throw out any questions that you may have. So let's get going here. Okay. All right. So let's launch the browser. By the way, there is a new version of the Brave browser, apparently. So if you have, or if you're running Brave, what you should see over here in on the side, it'll be on the other side of the hamburger menu. It'll say you need to upgrade, or that you can upgrade, or whatever. But it did not work for me. So what I had to do was just close down the Brave browser. And then after that, I went over to my Chrome browser and went and downloaded the full version. In fact, when I clicked on that upgrade link, it said that it couldn't do the upgrade and that I should re-download. Now, I didn't notice a whole big difference, but I didn't go full bore. Full bore would be actually going in, deleting the browser. Or uninstalling the browser completely using your Windows interface here in your apps. I believe it installs. Yeah. Doing a full uninstall, and then even deleting the cookie folder, or whatever folder that it puts in there. But you'd want to back up your bookmarks first. Right, I believe it's in settings. Where is it? There is a way to do it. Bookmarks. I don't know where it is. Let's see. Here we are. Here we are. You would want to show Bookmarks Manager, and from here you can export the bookmarks. Right. So you want to do that. If you're doing a full clean install, right? I'm not going to do it right now. Maybe I should. What the heck? Let's see if anything happens here. So I'm going to do a bookmark manager, which is here. We're going to export our bookmarks. Let's just drop them on the desktop. All right. All right. And then that is, I'm in Chrome. Sorry. Let's do the it's the same thing. It's Chromium based now. So I'm gonna export the bookmarks. I'm gonna drop them on the desktop. Right, I'm gonna get rid of this one. I don't think that's the same one. Yes, whatever. Alright, so that should be my Chrome, I'm sorry, my Brave bookmarks. Now let's go. I'm not gonna close the Chrome browser because I'm running my live stream out of there. But what we want to do is uninstall. Hopefully it's not going to want to restart. It shouldn't. Let's do a full uninstall of the Brave browser. And the reason I'm doing this is because when I ran the installer, it didn't appear to change anything. There's some features missing from Brave that I would love to see happen. All right. So, all right, it's been uninstalled. Now we need to dig down deep and find this pesky little folder that programs leave behind when they get uninstalled. All right. It's in the users folder, and you need to be able to get into your app data folder. So you need to go to View, Options, View, and make sure you've got Show Hidden Files and Folders. So inside the app data folder is another folder called Roaming, and that's where all these programs drop these preference files. You'll notice this with cryptocurrency wallets. Almost every cryptocurrency wallet drops their blockchain data and their wallet data in this app data roaming folder. So this is an important folder to be comfortable with. All right, so I'm going to go to Brave. Oh, it's gone. There's no Brave. Maybe it should say Chromium, but it doesn't. Gosh, I don't know where it keeps it. Yeah, so we might... I believe it might keep it in the dock. Whoops. Oh, I need to unlock that. Sorry, guys.
No.
Alright, so my D drive is my secondary drive. It's a BitLocker based drive. And that's where I keep my documents folder on there. They might have, they might drop a folder. Let's see. No. Yeah, I don't know where it keeps it. C'est la vie. So, hey guys. Thanks for joining me, Patrick, Susie, John W. I'm just doing a reinstall, trying to update my Brave browser. Let's see, maybe it's Chromium. Let's Google that. When in doubt, Google it. Right? Where does Brave store user data? Usually they're in that folder, in the app data folder. Let's check. Just for the heck of it. Let's check in local. There it is. Alright, sorry guys. So in your app data local folder is where Brave is storing the user data. Right? Look at all that user data. Right? I'm just going to get rid of it so I can do a clean install. Because they just came out with a new... Actually, I'm not going to even delete it. I'll just let it go into my... See, there's a lot of data in there. There's a lot of data in there. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I've got some cryptocurrency extensions right there. So I'll do all this later. I'm going to have to back everything up before I do that. So we'll just restore that. But I did uninstall it. So we'll reinstall from Chrome, and hopefully it'll be better than it was before. Let's put this one on the desktop, right? Let's make a clean break. All right. Hopes comes back. There we go. All right, so I'm a big advocate of the Brave browser. I encourage you guys to use it. If you're a cryptocurrency person and you're logging in and out of exchanges, you would want a browser that blocks ads and tracking. It's the next best thing to Tor, but Tor is a little bit inconvenient to use. So Brave, one of the questions that I had was this. Well, it's still not quite done yet. since they moved it over to Chromium. It used to say block ads, allow ads in tracking, and then there was another one that said allow Brave ads, which the idea there was that they would pay you BAT to watch ads that were approved by Brave. So you could actually earn BAT, B-A-T, in your wallet while you were using the browser. So as you can see, there's some BAT in my wallet, and I can give BAT out by just giving my attention to web pages. You can see I like Zero Hedge. I watch them. I read that website a lot, and the Brave browser is donating BAT on my behalf to the content creators at Zero Hedge. So it's a cryptocurrency based web browser, and I think there's a lot of good things to come. Anyway, sorry guys. Wow. Okay, so there has been some news about I believe I heard that there was those layoffs. Oh, I gotta put it here. Let's pin to taskbar. I usually keep it over here. There were some layoffs. Let's take a look at that one. Let's go to news. So the crypto bear market has been hurting quite a few startup companies. Interesting that it's happening to Shapeshift. And one of the problems, I think, with Shapeshift in the recent past was their adoption of KYC procedures, know your customer procedures. So, in other words, before you were able to use Shapeshift anonymously, not quite anonymously, but you didn't have to provide any ID or anything like that. And now they required people to sign up with an email and register and all that stuff. So here we go. Yeah, they were introducing this KYC verification, and it's an anathema. Is that the word for it? Anathema to the cryptocurrency community, right? If they want to appeal to the cryptocurrency community, and they do because they're a specialty exchange, they're a decentralized exchange, the last thing you want to do is force their loyal customers to go through KYC verification. But also, you know, with the cryptocurrency market being down, a lot of people that are invested in cryptocurrency, you know, their earnings are down, right? Their returns are down. So that might be one reason why Shapeshift is laying off customers. Or they've lost customers because of this KYC stuff. Anyway, big controversy. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that. I did have a few other news items that we could talk about. I found this interesting article about Tron. We've talked a lot about Tron on this live stream, and I've done some playing around with Tron. It's okay. I have great hopes for it. It's not a finished product yet, but they do seem to be at least trying. You know, there are a lot of cryptocurrency projects out there that are dying, right? That aren't being worked on at all. And so Tron is at least there moving forward, introducing new things. They bought BitTorrent a few months back, and supposedly they're going to issue their own cryptocurrency on that platform called BTT, which will be the BitTorrent token, which at some point will be integrated into the BitTorrent platform so that users can be rewarded for hosting seeds or seeding their content. I don't know if you're familiar with the way that torrent sites work and torrent software. Generally, you know, back in the day, we used to go on there and download copyrighted music or copyrighted movies or whatever, and there's a lot of that going on still. But ideally, you're sharing your own content, right? And so if you upload a movie and you just hang out and leave and stay online so that other people have access to that movie, that's called seeding, right? If you just jump on the platform and just download, and then as soon as your download is done, you disconnect, you haven't shared that torrent with anyone else, right? So what they want to do now with the BTT is sort of reward people for seeding, right? They want to set up some sort of reward system where you earn tokens, similar to what we were talking about with Brave. Only in Brave's case, they're rewarding content creators with BAT by people using Brave browser watching their content. This would be a slightly different scenario, but similar in the reward type system. So an ex-employee of BitTorrent said that there's no way Tron will be able to handle the traffic of the BitTorrent website, or the BitTorrent system. It's not really a website. It's a file hosting ecosystem, so to speak, and you use specialized software to access it. So anyway, the guy used to work for BitTorrent. He doesn't anymore. He quit when the Tron people came in. So, there's a bit of the, disgruntled employee thing. But it's interesting that he would point this out because, there's a lot of people have a lot of high hopes in Tron just as an investment. And so if Tron fails in this thing, that could be, that could be detrimental to their share price or their token price. In fact, Tron's token price went up considerably over the last week. It's down a bit now, but it went up considerably on the announcement that they are going to be hosting this token, this BitTorrent token. So we'll see where this drama leads us. Tron. Well, Tron is it was down to number 13 at during the late part of 2018. Number 13 by market cap. It's back up to number 9. So Tron is not doing too bad. It's down a little bit. It was almost at 3 cents yesterday or the day before. Maybe just slightly over 3 cents. But it's down now. It's down today. Kind of a mixed market today. Bitcoin is up a little bit, but it was at 4,000 a couple days ago. So it dropped off from its, it cracked 4,000, and everyone thought, oh, great, we'd be only going up from here, and there was a little bit of a market setback on Bitcoin. All right, another piece of news. Let's see, what else have I got in store for you guys? Okay, yeah, that's just what I was talking about. Crypto markets attempt to stem recent losses. Some top alts see solid green. So that's kind of a rundown. Remember, you have to take these articles with a grain of salt because, it takes them a little while to write them and post them, and then a few hours later the market has changed, so they're not really relevant anymore. But, it was relevant a few hours back. It doesn't say how long ago the article was posted. Oh, 5 hours ago. Okay. So 5 hours ago is about where we were. And it sounds, Bitcoin's still holding, right? About 36.84. A little up from that. So that's nice. And then, let's see. One more little topic that I'll talk about. I saw this article the other day. Security tokens are poised to bridge crypto and fiat economies. If you're not aware of security tokens and what they are, the concept is to take a stock of a real company. Let's say Hewlett Packard, for instance. Okay, that is a company that has got stock and it's listed on major exchanges. Let's just say the guys at HP decided to go to a security token company and say, we would like to issue more stock, but instead of paper or digital stock like through brokers, we're going to issue our stock on a blockchain with smart contracts. and this is called tokenizing a stock. So it's all going to be compliant with all of the stock and trade regulations. So this, for many people, are putting their hopes in this market. Last year was, 2017 was the year of the ICO, initial coin offering, where people were using the Ethereum network to issue tokens. Some good companies, some harebrained companies, and some not very well thought out companies, and then some outright fraud companies. But everything was being released on the Ethereum network. Now, because of the regulatory scrutiny of initial coin offerings, the security token space is trying to sort of fill that void, right? So there are several types of utility tokens. Financial service company has released original research on security tokens, cryptographic tokens that represent a security as defined by local regulations. And they're saying that this is going to be one of the big trends going forward, right? So private token sales, IPOs, the private token are off the Ethereum blockchain. They raising money privately. I'm sorry, they would still be on the blockchain. They just don't offer them to the public. And then some cryptocurrency based or related companies are turning to the IPO. Bitmain, which is they make miners, and then Binance, I guess, which is one of the large cryptocurrency exchanges, are going to be going to the IPO thing. And then there's the securitization platforms, which is another avenue that cryptocurrency blockchain based companies, projects will be moving forward with, right? And they're going to be using this KYC stuff. So KYC is okay if we're dealing with legal securities that are being released on a blockchain. It's another use of blockchain technology. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized by nature, and people that deal with them don't really care for the KYC. But anyway, this is supposed to be the best of both worlds, right? Bridge the crypto and fiat economies. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's it for the news. So I've been babbling on quite a bit. I wanted to do some trading, a little bit of trading. And that's why I brought this subject up. There are several companies that are involved in security tokens, and they're T0, Polymath, and Open Finance. In fact, there was another story too about T0. Glaive. Oh, okay, that's the same. That's Overstock's company, right? Okay, so Overstock's T0 is releasing security tokens, right? So there's a lot going on in this sector, right? So what I want to do is I want to buy some an ERC20 token tonight, right? Oh, and before I get too much further, I just want to remind everybody that Ledger has announced their new Ledger Nano X, which is the Ledger Nano, only better, right? It's got a bigger screen. It's Bluetooth compatible, so you can use it, and it is going to work with a phone. So it looks like it'll work with the desktop version, and let's see. Let's learn it. Whoops, sorry. Okay. So it's got some updated features, and then here's the big one: 100 apps storage, which is what we work on that. Oh, hang on. No, that's fine. We'll deal with it. Period. I'll let Demetria know. Period. You guys just focus on what you need to do. We'll be there when you need us. Hey Demetria, Felicia's box is going to be a bit late tonight. Period. Devin said 8 p.m. Okay, sorry for the interruption, guys. I'm always working. Always working. So Ledger Live is going to have an app, and you'll be able to interface through Bluetooth with your phone. Pretty cool. And your private keys will always be stored on the Ledger. And I have pre-ordered one. And check this out. I ordered this thing. I'm still in Chrome, aren't I? I ordered this thing. I knew that they were going to announce something, right? Actually, I believe it's in promotions. Yeah, here we go. So I knew that the announcement was coming, and the countdown was on their website. It came out about 3 a.m. my time, but when I woke up in the morning, I went ahead and pre-ordered one. So apparently, I ordered close enough. One of the first to order the Ledger Nano X, so I'll be getting the Genesis Block Edition. So it's got like that cool little logo on there for the Genesis block. So I'll get it in March, and I assure you guys, as soon as I get one, I'll let everybody know. You know, I'll post a video on how it works, and it's going to be great having all the apps we want without having to swap apps on and off. That's like a real pain. So the Ledger Nano S is growing up, right? And if you want to pick one up, then use my affiliate link. If you don't want to pick one up, then don't use my affiliate link. But if you do want to pick one up, I encourage you to use my link. It's the same. It takes you right to Ledger, right? I'm not redirecting you to some third-party Ledger site that sells ledgers out of the back of their truck, right? It's the actual Ledger website. I would encourage you, even if you don't use my link, if you're going to buy a Ledger, buy it directly from them, right? There's lots of scams out there. All right, so without further ado, why don't we go ahead and buy those tokens I was talking about? All right, so let's go back to Brave here. So we're going to buy some tokens, all right? And I want to buy some Polymath, right? We were talking about security tokens. I'm going to buy some Polymath. I already have some. So the question is, how do I buy an ERC20 token? And once I buy that ERC20 token, what do I do with it? How do I put it in my own wallet? So I'm going to go through that. So the first thing we'll do is, where can I buy some Polymath? Now there are several exchanges that have Polymath, but I'm going to use Bittrex tonight. All right. Oh my dear. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. My password manager has been upgraded, so it's kind of funky. All right, here we go. I can handle this. I don't know what that is. Is that a storefront or a store side? I don't know. You can, if Lisa's box is ready first. Period. Then you can just head home from Felicia's. right. Okay, I need to get my two-factor authentication in here. Where are we? Bittrex? That's not the right one. I'm way down here. Okay. I have so many two-factor authentication codes in my phone. Oh, now what? This is of a successful login. Okay. Said it was successful. Let's try it again. Oh, please. Ugh. Alright, guys. We'll get there.
Daddy.
Yes, Alan.
You have to be quick or my iPad's going to turn off.
Go. Alright, so we made it in. Okay. So, you know, there's several orders or ways that we can look at this. But first I got to find the token I'm looking for, right? So I can go and search for it. Let's go to wallets and see if they have poly. All right, so they do have polymath, and you always want to check on a token on an exchange and make sure that withdrawals and deposits are enabled, right? Because if we just go, let's erase this. You'll notice, notice digital note, right? Sometimes the wallets are disabled for maintenance reasons, right? Let's go here. Several of them here, see? So before you decide you're gonna go grab some tokens and move them back and forth, always check to make sure that the token is not, that is fully functioning, right? All right, so let's do this again. All right, so I want poly, but I don't have any money in Bittrex, right? And I don't have a way to transfer money into Bittrex, right? It's not connected to my bank account. And this would be most everybody's dilemma, right? So how do we fund a cryptocurrency account like this, right? So what we need to do is fund the account. Now we can fund the account with just about any cryptocurrency they support. We could fund the account with Polymath, but that would be dumb because we're buying Polymath, so we don't want to do that. But we could if we were buying something else maybe, and we had a bunch of Polymath we wanted to sell. We could deposit that Polymath, right? But we're not going to do it that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deposit some cryptocurrency in this account, and then I'm going to use that cryptocurrency to buy Polymath, right? So what cryptocurrency are we going to use? That's a good question. So let's go to Coinbase. Now Coinbase is the go-to consumer platform for cryptocurrency. They're one of the easiest to use, one of the most trusted ones. A lot of people put me down about Coinbase sometimes. I don't know why they would do that. I've never had any problems with Coinbase. They always go, oh, I can't believe you use Coinbase. And I say to myself, what are they using? I mean, what other more convenient way is there to buy cryptocurrency than on Coinbase, right? It links to your bank account or your debit card, right? And that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to buy some cryptocurrency with my debit card because it's instantaneous. Right, so we're going to go to buy sell. Now I could buy Bitcoin and move it over to Bittrex. The only problem is that takes about 10 or 15, sometimes 20 minutes. I want speed because I'm live, right? So I'm going to choose what I know to be one of the fastest cryptocurrencies out there, which is Litecoin. So I'm going to buy some Litecoin. Now I'm not going to use my bank either. I'm going to use my debit card. This is why I like Coinbase, because most cryptocurrency exchanges, even if you can link your bank to them, they link the bank account directly. And when you want to fund the account, it takes 3 to 5 business days for the money to clear. So with Coinbase, you can link your debit card and just buy instantaneously. So let's buy $50 worth of Litecoin. I'm going to buy 55. You'll notice over here on the side that it's going to cost me $2.99. That's my merchant charge, right? That's the hit I'm going to take for the convenience of using Coinbase. I guess I could use Zcash. I don't usually use Zcash, but they do have it now, right? Yeah, but I'm not going to. I'll just stick to Litecoin. It's what I know. Okay, so I'm buying $55 worth of Litecoin. Let's hit buy instantly. Confirm buy. And the Litecoin goes into my account immediately. When in 2017, some purchases on Coinbase were taking hours to days. And Litecoin was my solution to that problem. People were purchasing Bitcoin on Coinbase, just like I did just now with that purchase now button, and they weren't getting the funding to their wallet. It was always pending. All right. So as you can see, that Litecoin is in my wallet right now. See, real quick. Now I could send that Litecoin directly to Bittrex, right? I could make a deposit of Litecoin. There's my Litecoin address into my Bittrex account. But I'm not going to do that. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because if I do that, this goes directly onto the Litecoin network and I get charged a fee. So what I'm going to do is move this into my Coinbase Pro account. Coinbase Pro is the sister company of Coinbase. It's a trading platform, and if you have a Coinbase account, then you can sign up for Coinbase Pro and basically just log in with the same credentials, right? It's just a different platform, a little more advanced, but they absorb all the network fees, the transfer fees. So first I'll move that Litecoin that I just bought into my Coinbase Pro account, right? So we're going to use Litecoin. We're going to hit Coinbase Wallet, and there's that balance of Litecoin in my Coinbase wallet. We'll just max it out and move it into my Coinbase Pro. So it's very simple, very fast, and they did not charge me 1 penny to do that, right? So now that Litecoin is in my Coinbase Pro account. Now I can move that Litecoin over to Bittrex with no fees whatsoever, right? So let's do that. So we're going to go to withdraw, and we're going to choose Litecoin. And where are we going to send it? We're going to send it to Bittrex, right? I've done it before, all right? Going to send it all, and I need my Coinbase two-factor authentication. So the Coinbase two-factor authentication is the same code that we use in Coinbase Pro. There, we did it. So once we get that over in Bittrex, then we'll do a little trading, and then we'll move that polymath into my own wallet. So we can close this. We can go over here. You can, if you're impatient like me, you can go to wallets and withdrawals and take a look. Let's refresh that. Right, there's that LTC that I just withdrew. So it's on its way. All right. So it's going to take a little while. So we'll talk about some other stuff. There's some other prep work I need to do. See, it's not even a pending deposit yet, but it will be soon. Now I want to move back over to the Ledger Nano, because I am going to put that polymath in this Ledger Nano S, right? And how am I going to do that? Actually, why don't I just use the white? Well, no, I'll use the black. I don't know if there's any Ethereum in here. I have to enter my PIN. All right. So the first obstacle that I have to overcome is I need Ethereum on here because an ERC20 token needs an Ethereum address. That's just the way ERC20 tokens work. All right, so I'm going to go over here. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to add Ethereum. I need to go into Ledger Live. So get some clutter out of the way here. Let's log in. All right, so I'm going to have to go to Ledger Manager, and it's going to ask me to confirm that, right? Pardon me. Now, hopefully I won't have to demonstrate this process too much longer, since we'll all have Ledger Nano X's, and we'll be able to hold 100 apps on our devices now. But in tonight's scenario, I'm going to encounter a very common problem. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, it's still going here. All right. Let's put this in here. All right. So I want to install Ethereum on here because it's not on here yet. And so what's going to happen? It's going to tell me there's not enough room, right? So I need to start taking off other apps so I'll have room for the Ethereum. Always remember, when you remove an app, you're not destroying the wallet. The wallets are tied to the private keys, which are basically just 256-bit numbers, or bit keys. So there's plenty of room for those, right? They store those in a secret place in the Ledger hardware. The apps are in a separate space, right? So just deleting the app is not going to delete the wallet, right? The wallet will always be there if we reinstall. So I've got a couple of apps on here. So I'm going to uninstall IOTA. All right, and then let's try Ethereum, see what happens. All right, so it's still giving me a hard time. So what I want to do is, it's good to do this periodically, and this is one of the drawbacks of the Ledger Nano S, but we need to learn how to do this, right? Periodically, I could just keep pulling apps off and retrying Ethereum until there's room for it. But in today's case, I'm just going to take all the apps off that are on here. So there's 3 other apps on here right now. There's Tron, which I'm going to uninstall. All right. There's Stellar, which I'm going to uninstall. And I'm going to take Bitcoin off. Apparently, what happens if you leave Bitcoin on there for too long, a new version of the Bitcoin app comes out. And for whatever reason, a lot of the altcoin apps depend on the Bitcoin app. I'm not sure why that is. But what happens is, if you're shuffling apps on and off there for an extended period of time, and you've left Bitcoin on there, pretty soon things won't work anymore. It'll say something like, you need to have the Bitcoin app to install this app. And you look and you see it, and you say, oh, well, I do have the Bitcoin app. Well, the problem is you don't have the latest version of the Bitcoin app, right? So periodically, it's a good idea to just take all of them off. Sorry, guys. All right, so there, I'm down to settings only, right? So I'm gonna unhook and reconnect. I'm gonna re-enter my PIN. All right, and then you'll notice that it's like it's hard to see because my chroma screen is on. Let me see if I can get this off for a second. Let me just turn that off. Okay, so here, now you can see it. All right, let's close this. And now you can see it. If it come into focus. Oh dear. All right. All right, so basically it's acting like it just came from the factory, right? So I just press both buttons, right? And I'm back here, and then we can go over here, right? And let's put our chroma back on so I'll look cool again. All right. There we go. All right. All right, so what we're going to do now is it wants me to confirm the ledger manager. Do that. And now I can start re-adding the apps. Now remember, guys, I did not destroy any wallets when I did that. The private keys don't ever get deleted, only the apps, right? The private keys, I can't delete them. The only way I can wipe them off is to reset the entire device. And you can reset the entire device by entering the PIN incorrectly 3 times. We're not doing that. All I did was take off all of the apps, which gave me a fresh slate of apps. So that makes sure that I've got the latest version of every app that I'm installing. So I'm gonna install Bitcoin. All right, and then I'm going to install Ethereum. The Ethereum is what I'm going to need to hold that ERC20 token. All right, and this time it works. This time there's room for it. In fact, I could probably install Stellar and Tron, and they would both fit. For some reason, when it's clean, it seems to hold more. I don't know why. All right, so we're good there. Let's see if it'll hold Tron too. So I didn't do this. Oh, okay. So it won't hold Tron too. All right, so yeah, see there, it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Stellar are the only 3 I can put on here. I can't wait to get that Ledger Nano X so that I can store more apps. All right, so now we've got the Ethereum app on here. That's what we really need, right? All right, so let's go down here. Let's go back and see how our cryptocurrency is doing. Ah, you're kidding me. Seriously? Okay, it's still pending, all right? Okay, so we're still waiting for the Litecoin to confirm. So I'll talk a little bit about confirmation. When you send cryptocurrency across a blockchain from one place to another, there's a process called confirmation. And that confirmation is a security feature that prevents someone from trying to spend the same coin twice, right? So if I were to send Litecoin to somebody, and then right after I send it, turn around and try to send that same Litecoin to a different address, that would be what's known as a double spend, right? We don't want that to happen. No one can trust a blockchain-based decentralized currency if people can double spend. So that's why we have the confirmation process. It just means that we have to wait for the transaction to fully form on a block so that it can be canonized and written into the immutable ledger, right? So that that transaction is kind of what's known as set in stone. And that doesn't allow me to respend the coin at that point, right? So we have to wait for the Litecoin to fully confirm in my Bittrex wallet before I can spend it. So let me see what kind of questions you guys have been asking. I've been ignoring you. So Coinbase has disabled your buys for over 2 years now. That's that's really crazy. I've always had good luck with Coinbase, and it's a very popular platform, but I have heard some horror stories about people being on hold or transactions taking a long time. So I don't really know what that's about. I guess they get it in their head that a transaction looks fishy or an account looks fishy for whatever reason, and they err on the side of caution. And so some good and decent cryptocurrency enthusiasts have been held up by Coinbase. There are other ways to purchase cryptocurrency, but with fiat, but Coinbase is one of the easy ones to use. Ugh. Open Finance approved your account. Good, Mohammed. Hey, Ran. Oh, thank you, Crypto Man. Yeah, I appreciate you guys using my link to buy your Ledger Nano S. I notice these things, you know. I have a Ledger affiliate account, and I can log in and see how many people bought the Ledger Nano X since I posted that video. And like 4 or 5 people have run out and bought that on my link. So I really do appreciate you guys doing that. Oh yeah, I heard about this too. Coinbase desk Pablo Escobar's brother. Yeah. That I read that story earlier. That's kind of funny. I don't know how much truth there is to that. Pablo Escobar's brother says new crypto will fund impeach Trump effort. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's do a little bit of prep. We want to receive the ERC20 token. So let's go to my Ether wallet, and I'm going to enter the Ethereum app on my ledger. All right, and let's go to view wallet info. I'm not sending anything. I don't need to send Ether token. I don't need to create a new wallet. All I need to do is access this wallet. So view wallet info, and there's lots of different ways you can view your Ethereum address with my Ether wallet. I'm going to use the Ledger wallet. We'll hit connect. All right, and see there's a little bit of ETH in there. I don't really need the ETH. I don't need that much ETH. My God, Alex, what's the matter with you? Honey?
You already got something.
Okay. My little boy is coughing. All right, so he's already been given honey. Okay. All right, so I have some ETH in this address. So let's just go ahead and hit the default, right? This one here. And you can see that the first address has some ETH in it. Let's unlock this wallet. All right. And here we go. It's a very small balance of ETH. I don't really need any ETH in here to deposit the polymath. But I will need some ETH in there later to get it out, right? Because the Ethereum is the gas that allows you to move ERC20 tokens on and off an Ethereum address, right? The Ethereum network hosts these sub-tokens, and that's what an ERC20 token is. So as you can see down here, there's a little bit of BAT and a little bit of poly in here already, right? And if we hit show all tokens, you can see there's just hundreds and hundreds of ERC20 tokens that are available on the Ethereum network, right? Now, these sub tokens that are currently in this wallet are tied. Ugh, I'm sorry, I have to take this. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jacqueline looked for it too. It's not there. I don't know what happened to it. I'll just have to ask the guy to give it to me again. A no-brainer on my part. Yeah. Yeah, I was there and they gave me this little slip of paper and I lost it. I thought I left it with those phones. But the phones are there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. I meant to text you and let you know that... No, it's going to Encino tonight. She's back. Yeah, you're fine, Encino. Yeah, no, you're good. Thanks for checking. All right. Have a good night. Okay, yeah, I mean, you can just wait, and if you want. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Yeah. Okay. All right, thanks. Bye. All right, just coordinating with one of the drivers. All right, so we're locked and loaded, right? We've got our Ether wallet ready. We've got our Ethereum address ready. All we need to do is get that polymath bought, right? So let's refresh again. There, okay. So our Litecoin is available. So Poly, right? Let's look at Poly. Oh. All right, let's go to Poly. So we got a BTC Poly pair, right? So I need Bitcoin, right? They don't have a Litecoin Poly pair. So I need to sell the Litecoin for Bitcoin, and then I can use the Bitcoin to buy the Poly, right? There's a lot of scenarios where we have to sort of find our path to the coin that we're after. Now, I could have just bought Bitcoin on Coinbase and transferred it directly into Bittrex. So there were two reasons I didn't do that. One, if I transferred directly from Coinbase, instead of going through Coinbase Pro, I incur network fees. I already paid a merchant fee when I bought it, so I don't want to get hit with another, dollar or two just for transferring it. And then the other reason is speed. The Bitcoin would have taken like 20 or 30 minutes to confirm. The Litecoin only took about 10 or 5 or 10, whatever it was. All right? So now we have to go through this process to get the coin we're after. So let's do it. First we'll go to wallets. Where'd it go? All right, so we're going to go to Litecoin. We're going to sell our Litecoin for Bitcoin, right? So we go over here to sell Litecoin. We want to sell the Litecoin. And if you look over here on sell, that's bid, right? So I need to go over here to ask price and choose bid, right? And then I want to do the max sell. I want to sell all of the Litecoin I have and buy as much Bitcoin as I can get with that Litecoin. So I'm going to hit sell Litecoin. Right, and then I just confirm that. Right, and it executed immediately. That was a limit order. Sometimes limit orders don't execute right away, so you could switch it over to conditional and market or whatever. It's like I just left it at the default, and it seemed to work okay. So, and that was instantaneous, right? So if we go back over here to wallets, you'll see that I have Bitcoin now, that 0.0142 Bitcoin. And then Litecoin is empty, right? So I sold all my Litecoin for Bitcoin. Now let's go back to Poly. And let's trade for Poly. So we're at the BTC Poly pair. And I have BTC, right? I've got a balance of BTC. So in this case, I want to buy the polymath. So we look over here on the buy side, and you can see that's an ask, right? So I just go over here to bid price and choose ask, right? And then I'm going to do a max buy. I want to buy as much poly as I can for the amount of Bitcoin that I have. I'm going to hit buy polymath, and then we'll confirm that. All right, and it looked like it executed right away as well. So lucky me, I had a quick and easy transition from Litecoin to Polymath. Let's go back to our wallet again, see where we stand, and the available balance is 430, right? I don't have to wait for that to confirm because I'm on an exchange. The exchange provides liquidity, and you know, it's a centralized server, and so they can move the cryptocurrencies back and forth quickly. And when I buy something, there's somebody that has Poly that's willing to sell, and they match it up, and the transaction occurs right away. Now that's good if you're trading, but it's bad if you want to hold that cryptocurrency, because we want our cryptocurrency to be in our own wallet where we control the private key. Centralized servers have a good purpose, but long-term storage of cryptocurrency is not one of them. They are holding that cryptocurrency for us as custodians, and they control the private keys. And yes, they acknowledge that I own this cryptocurrency. But what if their site goes down? What if they get hacked? What if they get shut down by the government? What if they decide that I'm a dicey guy and they freeze my account, right? So there's all kinds of crazy things that could happen to my cryptocurrency if I leave it on an exchange, right? We don't want to do that. We want to move this into our own wallet, right? And remember, I'm locked and loaded over here. I've got the Ethereum address is right here, right? So all we need is an Ethereum address for ERC20 token. You'll notice the ERC20 token doesn't have its own specific address, right? It is a token that lives on this Ethereum address. So all I need to do is send that Polymath to this Ethereum address. That's a little weird, but that's the way it works. All right, so we're going to do it. Let's go over here to Bittrex. We're going to do a withdrawal, and the recipient address is that Ethereum address. How much am I going to withdraw? I can just click the amount here, and it'll autofill the full amount. Right? It's only going to charge me 5, right? So I'm going to get most of that Polymath. So that's pretty cool. So don't withdraw directly to a crowdfunder ICO, right? I'm not. I'm putting it in my own wallet, right? So I'm going to hit withdrawal. Now I also need my 2-factor authentication code for my Google Authenticator. So we'll do that. And this time it's not the Coinbase, it's the Bittrex 2-factor authentication. You should have 2-factor authentication enabled on all of your cryptocurrency exchange accounts. So the withdrawal was submitted, right? It's going to be a pending withdrawal. Let's go back over here to my Ether wallet. I'm going to need to re-enter my PIN. Actually, I don't really need to, but I'm going to. Sometimes when you're waiting for a transaction on my Ether wallet, you can like log out and log back in again to sort of like bump it. But I think if I just sat here and stared at this 5 poly long enough, it would just change to reflect the transfer. But it happens pretty fast. So I'm just going to refresh the page, which will actually log me out of the wallet. So I'll just hit Ledger again, because the Ledger is got the Ethereum app activated. We'll hit Connect to Ledger. Unlock wallet. There we go. Still waiting. So we'll keep an eye on that one. All right. So I've been going on and on, guys. We'll see what else is happening here. BCH on Nano before the November split. In general, when there's a high-profile blockchain split or hard fork, it's basically a coding thing. So there's a certain amount of computer code that was written to maintain the blockchain and process transactions and store value. I mean, there's a lot of functionality for a cryptocurrency. And then there's what's called a code base, right? And a bunch of programmers get together and maintain this code base. And at some point, some of the coders might say, I think we should improve our code base by adding this code here. And then the other programmers might say, I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should sort of keep things the way they are and just keep kind of tweaking. So the people that want to radically alter the code base are going to move in a direction where there's no reversibility. There's no way to, there's no backwards compatibility. So basically they decide to agree to disagree, right? And they just split off and create their own coin based on the original code base or even the original blockchain, right? So they both at that point, after they split, both coins will share the same transaction history before the split. So if you own that coin before the split and it's in a compatible wallet or on a compatible exchange, then you are entitled to the original coin because you held that coin and the split coin because you had that coin on that same blockchain in that history, right? So now for the ledger, for example, the hard fork of Bitcoin Cash off the Bitcoin network was supported by Ledger. Not immediately, but pretty soon after the split, you were able to claim your Bitcoin Cash if you had Bitcoin in a Ledger wallet. So really, if you're pretty sure Ledger is going to support this split, and you're talking about BCH here, I'm not sure what that is. That's not, is that Bitcoin Cash? Oh, that's Bitcoin Cash. Okay. So there's another split coming up. Okay. Let's do a refresh here. Let's see if our coins came in yet. Okay, there we go. So funny, you know, when we transferred the polymath, see when we transferred that polymath, they charged me 5 polymath. Remember, I had 430, and then they charged me 5 polymath, so it went down to 425. Well, by a strange coincidence, if you guys were paying attention, there was already 5 poly in this wallet, and so now I've got my 430 back. So now you can see that that polymath is safely in this Ethereum address, and the private key of that address is on this Ledger Nano S. So it's safe and secure. So, and I control this private key. Now the private keys are stored inside this device so that when I disconnect it and put it in a drawer somewhere, that private key is inaccessible to anyone on the internet. That's why they call this cold storage, right? And it's much safer, much more secure than storing on an exchange by a long shot. Now there are other ways. There are other ways to store cryptocurrency in your own wallet. You can there are desktop versions, right? There's a desktop version of Ethereum called the Mist wallet. I don't know if it supports ERC20 tokens. I think it just works for Ethereum, but let's check it out, see what happens. What I kind of like about this is, yeah, see it, oh, that's not it. Huh. 0.21 Ether. That must be something I forgot about. Usually, when you have your Ledger Nano S connected, the Mist wallet will actually detect that you have. Let me go in and out and see if it detects it. It didn't. Oh well. All right. I didn't think I had any ether left in here. Anyway, so this is another way that I could have stored that Ethereum, and the private key is stored on my computer, right? Not quite as secure as the Ledger Nano S because it's sort of vulnerable to someone that could hack my computer if my computer were compromised, which it is not. I take great care not to have my computer compromised. Your computer can be compromised not only by people across the internet, but also people that have physical access. So now the ledger, if someone were to find my ledger, they would need the PIN to get in there. So even if someone came and stole my ledger, they'd be out of luck trying to access the cryptocurrency. So very secure storage for Ethereum. All right, I'm going to skip this update. While we're at it, I don't know where this ether came from. Why don't we move that ether in? Right? Let's move this ether in to this wallet. All right. I'll send to the Ledger Nano S wallet, and I'll send everything. Right? And then I'll send. And it wants my password. Where is the password? Usually they ask you for it. Actually, it probably is not going to work because it's not fully synced yet. All right, we'll wait on that. But anyway, we got our poly, so that's our big thing. Let's see where we're at here. Been ignoring everybody here. Oh, I'm sorry, Susie. So what I was saying is, if there's really nothing you can do, there's really nothing you can do to prepare for a BCH split. And what BCH split are you talking about in November? This is January. So if you have, are you talking about the BCH split from a few months ago? Or are you talking about an upcoming split? Either way, if you had Bitcoin Cash in your Ledger Nano during that split, let's look at this. Bitcoin Cash Ledger. Let's go split. There may be some guidance on this. Yeah, you want to claim your Bitcoin SV. Okay, as of now, BSV is not supported in Ledger Live. Instead, users can either split their BCH via Kraken or split their BCH themselves in the Electron Cash splitting tool. So this kind of stuff is not for the faint of heart. So Kraken credits users both BHC and BS when they deposit BCH on Kraken, only if the depositing transaction is replayable, valid on both BCH, ABC, and SV chains. Transactions are replayable if the BCH has not yet been split or mixed with BCH that has been split. This procedure is easier than the manual claiming procedure described below, but requires registering depositing and withdrawing on Kraken. So basically what they're saying here, and let me just copy this. I'll put the link down in the description for you. All right, those are the instructions for claiming your BSV. Basically what they're saying there is just move it to Kraken, right? So if you had Bitcoin Cash stored in your Ledger Nano S and you haven't moved it, you haven't purchased any other Bitcoin, if you haven't played around with it, if it's just been sitting there, okay, and it hasn't been split off or done anything weird to yet, you should be able to take that Bitcoin Cash and deposit it in Kraken, and then Kraken will award you your BSV, right? Yeah. So you have to deposit it. Now, replayable means it hasn't been played with or toyed with or split yet, right? So you haven't gone and tried to do anything exotic to the Bitcoin Cash that you had in that address. And that's not a bad deal when you think about it, because here it was sitting in your Ledger wallet, and the Kraken is going to let you deposit it after the fact and still award you the BCH because it was in that wallet at the moment of the fork. And I guess Kraken knows that because they can examine the blockchain. Right. Now this other thing here, I'm not even going to get into that. That's like crazy. You know, look at the instructions on this. I would not want to do this unless I was. You're better off just depositing it in Kraken. But let me tell you, if you got a lot of Bitcoin Cash, do not just transfer all of it into your Kraken account and hope for the best. Just open a Kraken account, and that's, you know, you got to jump through some hoops there. Open a Kraken account, get it ready to go, deposit the Bitcoin Cash in there, but just a little bit. Maybe, you know, 20 bucks worth. And then make sure that, you know, they honor that it generates, I don't know how long it takes, but it should be when you deposit your Bitcoin Cash in Kraken, maybe in a few minutes or a few hours or whatever, you'll see that you have some BSV there as well that you can withdraw somewhere else, right? But you won't be able to put it back in your Ledger because Ledger doesn't support BSV yet, right? You have to put it in a BSV wallet. So that's where we go with that. Can we see your ERC tokens on the Ethereum wallet? We were just trying to figure that one out. It's still like not working right. No. It's still waiting for blocks. So I guess I can't. Right? I don't see any. I don't believe that the Ethereum wallet, which is known as the Mist wallet, supports ERC20 tokens. I guess I'm just gonna, because I thought that I had already emptied this wallet out. Maybe I never did, or maybe I thought I did and it just failed. So I'm not a huge fan of the Ethereum wallet. It's always been just slightly wonky. See, it's still waiting for blocks. Now that might be because I'm live streaming, and now so the interchange between this wallet and the internet is a bit slow because I'm, you know, using up some bandwidth. But I'm just going to abandon that line right now. But I didn't know there was any Ethereum in there. But we can definitely see it in MyEther wallet. MyEther wallet is fine. So the transfer went okay. Let's see here. Can I talk about the Deadalus wallet? Why does it sync the whole blockchain? It takes hours for my wallet to open. Well, the Deadalus wallet is what's known as a full node wallet. I've been dealing with cryptocurrencies for quite a while, and the very first Bitcoin wallet that I used was a wallet called Armory Wallet. And even back then, in 2013, it took like a day or so to sync up to the Bitcoin blockchain. So a full node wallet has to download every single transaction on the blockchain in order to sync up. And that is Deadalus. Deadalus is one of the very first Cardano wallets. You can't. The Ledger doesn't support Cardano yet, so you can't store Cardano on a Ledger. You can hold it in a cryptocurrency account, but you know, we talked before about that. That's not a really great idea. All right. So if you want to save Cardano in your own wallet, it has to be in the Deadalus wallet. So the Deadalus wallet is what's known, as I mentioned, as a full node wallet. So it takes forever to sync, right? But be patient. It will sync up eventually. All right, let's see where it is. All right. So, and keep in mind that sometimes on first launch, your Deadalus wallet might just say connecting to network ... for a long time. And if it does that for too long of a time, eventually a little window will pop up that says, oh, you should report this problem. I don't do that. What I would do if it's stuck there is to reboot your computer, maybe. Make sure you're not running anything else. Make sure you're not streaming or watching other YouTube videos or whatever. Just kind of like dedicate the computer during the time you're doing the sync, right? And as you can see, I've synced this wallet before, so it's pretty close to being fully synced. It's just syncing up to the blockchain, the Cardano blockchain, from the last time that I used the wallet. So, and as you can see, it is ticking upwards, but it might take a while, and it might not go as fast as it would since I'm in a live stream. So we'll keep an eye on it. It might sync up before I'm done. It might not, because it looks like it's taking quite a while just to get 1%. See, we're still at 95.4. We haven't even ticked over to 96% yet. But be patient, okay? So you'll install the Deadalus wallet. It's going to take a long time to sync. And you might have to reboot your computer a few times and restart the wallet, whatever you got to do. And it'll finally, or it just uninstall it and reinstall it. Sometimes you got to go through that process. If you haven't used it before. If you have used it before, make sure you have your seed if you do the uninstall, reinstall trick. So, but if you can get it to do the full sync and get to the home screen, then you can create a wallet, right? And the first time you create the wallet, it's going to give you a seed phrase. You want to make sure you write that seed phrase down. You can check out my video too. I did a fairly recent video on Cardano. Here we go. Troubleshooting Deadalus sync issues. So that sounds like that would really fit the bill for you. All right. So check that video out. It's got, it's a little more thought out than my... Oh, sorry. Let me go back over here. I'll put it down in this description of this video. Let me hit Save Changes. So you'll see those links now. Whoops. Let's just do this. Let's go back here. Let's do that. So, Jan, you might want to check this video out if you're still having trouble with the Deadalus wallet. That's a fairly recent video, so it kind of covers the latest version of Deadalus. I kind of did that one on the fly because they just released the update. Let's see, where are we? Nah, I don't think it's going to get done in time. I'll talk about it next week, maybe. Well, this is nowhere because I still need to enter my PIN. So let's see, where are we? Okay, so we did our transaction. Let me just like talk about that real quick. You want to buy a token, and how are you going to buy it, right? This particular token, Poly, I couldn't buy this on Coinbase, right? Now, if it's on Coinbase, just buy it on Coinbase and transfer it to your wallet. But if you want a token that's not on Coinbase, then you're going to have to go to a cryptocurrency exchange. And you're going to need to fund that exchange with an existing cryptocurrency, a cryptocurrency you already own. So the easiest way to do that is to go on Coinbase, buy some Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum, and then transfer it on to that exchange. And I showed you a few tricks. You don't want to go directly from Coinbase. You want to move from Coinbase to Coinbase Pro to save money on transfer fees. And then you might need to make a few trades to get the token you're after, right? Litecoin is fast, but if you want to just make it easier, then and you're not in a big hurry, then just buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, move it to your exchange account, and use the Bitcoin to buy your token. But not every token is got a Bitcoin pair. Some tokens are only paired with Ethereum. So keep in mind, check out the pairs that are available for the coin you're interested in if you're trying to get a hold of it. And it's still the Wild West of cryptocurrency. But you're going to be in the front of the line. You know, when everyone else next year is got all these improved tools to buy cryptocurrency, they'll be scrambling to buy cryptocurrency, and you'll already have yours, right? You'll say, well, I figured this one out last year, and I already have some, right? You're ahead of the game, right? So yes, it's complicated. Yes, it's kind of a pain, but we're groundbreaking. We're breaking ground, right? So that's why I started this channel, to help you guys out with some of these issues, because it can be a little tricky to navigate through some of these wallets and exchanges. Oh, okay. So Susie, I hope I answered your question with that link. And like I said, if you want to see if Kraken will honor that split, just move a little bit of your Bitcoin Cash onto Kraken and see if they generate some BSV for you. And if that works out, great. Then you're going to have to figure out how to store that BSV. You'll have to see if there's any BSV wallets out there that work. Otherwise, you're just going to have to leave it on the exchange. Or sell it, right? You could check it out, see if you get some BSV, and that's great, right? And then move a little bit more of that Bitcoin Cash over. Let's say you got $100 worth of Bitcoin Cash. And then you move it over, and they generate some BSV for you. Well, let's see. BSV. Where is BSV? I don't know why it's taking so long. Ah, there it is. Okay, so BSV is $81, right? So if you had one Bitcoin Cash and you moved it over to Kraken, and they gave you one Bitcoin SV, you're $81 ahead, right? But let's go to coinmarket.cap and see what Bitcoin Cash is selling for right now. All right, so your Bitcoin Cash is $137. So if you've got $137 worth of Bitcoin Cash, then you've got one Bitcoin Cash token. You could move it onto Kraken and then get you'll keep your BS, you're not going to lose your Bitcoin Cash. It's just going to split off, and you'll still have that one Bitcoin Cash, and then you'll also have the one BSV. And then that's going for $82. So make a little money there. But like I said, always start with a small amount first, confirm it's going to work, and then let's say you just decide, well, screw BSV, I think Bitcoin Cash is better. just turn around and sell that extra BSV back to Coinbase Cash. I can't talk. You could just sell that BSV right away on the exchange and, you know, for Bitcoin Cash, increase your amount of Bitcoin Cash, and then just withdraw it from the exchange back to your Nano, right? Because right now, the Nano doesn't support Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV. Anyway. All right, guys, I think I went a little bit over. Sorry if I didn't answer everybody's questions. I tried. Coinbase. When will Coinbase award BSV? It might be a while, but they might eventually do that too. So, you know, keep an eye on that, right? And you can even withdraw your Bitcoin Cash from Coinbase. If you had any Bitcoin Cash in your Coinbase wallet on the date of the fork, you'll get awarded your BSV. So just be patient. Guys, don't forget I have a live stream every Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please join me again next week. Throw out any questions that you may have. We'll talk about the news. I'll move some cryptocurrency around. I hope it's entertaining and educational for you guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to this channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks, guys.